Hey, in this video I'm going to discuss with you about the table and the charts. How you can make use of the table and charts in a presentation. So far what we have created is right in front of you. Yeah, let's create one more additional slide to display the use of the tables and the charts. So click over here, home tab, go in new slide. Let's have a blank slide. So usually what we do that whenever we need any kind of table, we keep in mind that how many number of columns are required or how many number of rows are required to have in a table. So what you can do is go in insert, click on table, and you can select, simply come down that and keep it in your mind that how many number of rows and columns are needed for you to display the message or display the content. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 2. So I need 6 into 2 or 2 into 6 table. 2 is the number of column and 6 is the number of rows. So let's make it little bit this one. I'm just dragging it and enlarging it this way so that I can have charts over here. So I just want to show in my table that how much sale of some particular kind of flower happened in 2020. So let's set the headings over here. Name of the flower, and in the other tab I want sales in INR, Indian currency, for 2020. So my first name is for Rose, second is for Lily, third say we have Jasmine, fourth we have Sunflower, sixth we had Tulip. So say the sale of rose in or the bunch of roses was in something around 5,000, and for lilies it was 8,000, and for jasmine it was nearly about 3,500 rupees, and for sunflower maybe 5,600, and for tulips let's be 9,000. So this is how you can represent your table. And for the table you have this design tab. It gets activated automatically as soon as you select or you keep your cursor over the table, and you can select the type of or the style of table you want. So you can even have the shading if you want some double shaded or a single shaded thing. If you want more colors, you can go from here, more fill colors. If you want to have picture as a background, or you can have the picture over here, select from here. Maybe I want some picture like this. Oh, it's looking awkward, so let's delete it for now. Have some beautiful picture over background, and we can even change the texture, something like this. If it suits you, you can have a beautiful texture over here. Let's set this, and then we can have some effects like cell bevel and shadow. If you want to have a shadow, you can have like this, like this. It will keep an embossing effect. And if you want to have reflections of your table, which is not required here for now, so I'm not going to keep it reflection one. I'm going to keep it no reflection, and yeah, that's all for now. And You can have the shading part and like go for gradient and all this, and you can have the table background with a solid color if you want, just like I had a texture. And if you don't want anything, just go on no fill. Okay, so next thing, if you click over this small part, you'll find a lot of options which are not visible like that, but if you click over it, you will find the options like this. And if you just scroll your cursor over it, you will see the change is happening over this table. Let me get the table over this side so you can see it more clearly. If I'm clicking over here on the table styles, I have it affects in light, medium, or if you don't want any effect, just click the clear table. This is going to delete every effects you have put on the table right now. So yeah, so I don't want anything from here right now because mine looks perfect. So I'm going back and I'm going to bring my table on the left side. Yeah, but I want to make change over these content, whatever I have. I want to make it little bit more visible. So go here, make it bold, make increase the size, something like this, and then this content needs to be bold and increase the size. Yeah, this looks much better. Now next thing, in design tab, what you can see is when you click on this table, in the design tab you see you have these options which are called as table style options. So in this, what you can do is you can have the header row, which is basically this row, the first row. If you untick it, it will not show it as a separate row. It will be same as the rest of the part in the table. So I want to look it as something which highlights the heading of those particular columns. So let's click on the header row, and if you want to have the total number of rows available, you can click over here, and in the last it will show you the total number of rows. So what I'm going to do is I don't want it for now. Then we have the banded rows. Basically the banded rows works if you use any of these row style, of course, because they have two different bands, the dark, the light, and the lightest. So if you want the banded rows, then you can click over it. If you don't want, you can unclick it. And if you just if you have this for sec, if you have this banded columns, you click over this, even your columns get banded. Like this one has got the complete dark one, and it has the usual thing. I don't want the banded columns for now. And the last column, by if you click on this, the last column will get highlighted, whatever the last column will be. Like for my table, it's just two column thing, so the last column is of course the second one. And if you want to highlight the first column, then click on this first column. So these things make your presentation look more better and more effective. So this is how you can make changes over it. So next is again the quick styles that we have already been using in the previous video. So you can have any of the styles that you want for your table. Maybe this looks effective, and again the colors of your choice and the outer effects of the text of your choice. If you want to have shadow for the text, if you want to have a glow for the text, if you want something like this reflection. So, and the pen color, if you want to change the pen color, if you want to increase the size of the pen color, like 1 point, 3 point, 4 point, whatever it is. So let's go back. Yeah, the one thing which is left out is the border. If you want to have the border or not for whole of the table, or for just upper part on the lower part, inside the table, or something like that. So all the options are available right now in here. You can have the borders, or if you don't want any border, just click on no borders. So I want to have the borders for whole of the table. Let's click on all borders. And the effects, I have already chosen this one. Yeah, this looks perfect. And again the eraser is of just to delete whole of the thing that you have done already. Now let's move on to the charts.